I've been collecting a lot of data lately for my mastermind, and it covers a whole bunch of different parts of people's lives, their business, their lives, their relationships, experiences. And one pattern seemed to constantly be showing up. And that's that people either procrastinated, used avoidance behaviors, created conflict for themselves. And so this past weekend, I decided to do some research. Where does procrastination and avoidance behavior actually come from? And it was one of those really epiphanous moments where I realized, based on what I was reading and researching, that there is no productivity solution in the world that is going to help you stop procrastinating. There is no willpower strategy ever invented that will make you stop procrastinating or putting things off or being inconsistent. Procrastination, avoidance behavior, conflicts, and all those kinds of things are rooted in emotion. And that was a big discovery for me. And it might be like, oh, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But hear me out. So, the emotion we create around the thing that we are either trying to be better at, start, stop, blah, 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 determines whether or not we're going to be able to do it. Because if we create an emotion that wakens the reptilian part of our brain, the oldest thing in our anatomy, I'm going to go on that one. I have no idea if that's true, but we're going to go with that. It's really, 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 really old, evolutionarily speaking. If you create an emotion that tells this little guy back here that that thing you want to do is a threat, then it will wake up and go, oh, heck no, boom, shut it down, and it will create any distraction, any assumption, any story necessary to make you not go ahead and do that thing. So here's an example. If you say learning some new technology is hard, your little dragon back there wakes up and goes, okay, well then let's find anything else in the world to do other than learning that new technology, even if it would double your business, because you told me that's hard, hard equals threat, ergo, we're going to turn on and shut that puppy down. Because you have two brains, right? We have the old one, the reptile back here, and we have the new one, the big thing that rests on top. This thing is logic, rationality, being able to kind of really think things through. It never wins. This little guy back here, the dragon, wins every single time, hands down. So even if you can logically say to yourself, but it makes sense for me to learn this new technology, to take control of my health, to eat better, exercise more, be more consistent, grow my business, make that call, it doesn't matter. Because if you create an emotion that wakes up the dragon behind that little, at the top of your spine, this doesn't get a chance because this shuts it down. So, what do? You create an emotion about the thing you want to do that is positive, that doesn't make the thing a threat. You don't say it's hard. You don't look at it as being tricky. You don't look at it as, why is it so hard? Why haven't I done this? Why can I not do this? If you why yourself into a corner, that wakens the dragon. Why? Because a why question makes you defensive. And when you become defensive, your brain issues a threat, and there go, you're not going to do it. So avoid the why questions. Don't berate yourself. Don't make yourself feel bad, right? About what you're trying to do, about trying to be consistent at. If you just say to yourself, you know what, this may not be easy, but it's simple. So you skip the it may not be easy, because as soon as you say that, dragon's away, you're dead. So you just say, I can do this. I'll figure it out. Let's see how this goes. And then your little dragon stays asleep, right? You play him some nice music. You give him a little blanket, maybe a little warm, water bottle to keep him nice and toasty. You don't want to wake your dragons, because if you don't wake the dragon, there's no threat. And then this part of your brain, the rational thinking, logical part of your brain, can kick in, and then the productivity solutions will work. And then that nutrition coach you've been seeing will be so excited to see you, because you'll actually be on track. The emotion you create about the thing you want to do is the driver of your success, not the solution itself. I teach productivity solutions every day, all day long. When I introduce this concept to my clients, holy cow, what a difference. Huge change, massive leap forward. Because they couldn't they couldn't access this part of their brain to implement the routine, use the planner, do the simple things, because the emotion being created about the thing they were working on was negative, either about themselves or about their ability to do it. So, at the root of everything is self compassion, self worth, believing in your abilities, right? Believing that you'll figure it out and saying those things. Words matter. And so, if you tell yourself the words, I'm going to figure this out, imagine that every single time you're mean to yourself, you wake up the dragon and it like chews part of your logical brain. Not really good for you, right? We don't want to wake the dragon. Nobody wants to poke a dragon. Nobody wants to poke a bear. Whatever visual you want to make about the lizard brain at the top of your spine, knock yourself out. I like to call it a little dragon because if you look at all the research, they literally call it our lizard brain. And I like it so much, I have a lizard on my wall. And so think about the thing you want to get better at. Do you want to be better at nutrition, working out, making calls, sending emails, being on social media, shooting a video, sharing what you know to a bigger audience? If you are holding back, check your emotion. Are you saying it's hard? Are you telling yourself you can't do it? Are you telling yourself it's not easy? It's not simple. It's not this, it's not that. Are you berating yourself with why questions? Why is this so hard? Why can't I do it? Everyone else is doing it. If you are making yourself feel bad about the thing you're trying to do, you're turning a celebration into a funeral. Change the emotion that you have towards that thing. Change the words so that when you utter them, whether it's just in your head or it's actually verbally said, you won't wake your dragon. And when you do that, my friends, anything you've been striving to do, anything you've been putting away, gets back on the table. You get back on the wagon. And that is when you start to make progress. I really hope you guys have found this helpful. I've certainly found it helpful for me. And when you can really feel a series of positive emotions about the things you want to do, you accomplish more. And that just creates a cascade of even better feelings. So figure out what you want to do, check your emotion, make your dragon real super comfy. And what you're going to find is massive growth. Have fun with it.